Today I'm going to go over how to budget for a $100,000 annual salary for a family or single person, and this is going to be a mock budget where I'm going to go line by line what a example budget would look like, what some example expenses would look like, how you can kind of frame your budget and give you some ideas and some structure of your budget. So we're going to dig into Excel. I do have this budget template for you. If you want to grab your own template, I have it on Excel, Google Sheets, all of that. I also have printables as well. And an irregular budget, a budget by paycheck, a monthly budget, all the different options that will be linked down below in the description. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kelly Ann Smith, and I am all about budgeting, saving money, as well as growing your income and increasing your income and bringing on new revenue streams or side hustles. So if that is something that interests you, definitely subscribe, join the family, and let's get to Excel. So like I said, this is for someone that or family that makes about $100,000 a year annually. Now, if they're making $100,000, they're going to be bringing home about $6,000 a month, give or take. Now, that is going to depend on how much of their 401k is taken out, how much their insurance is, if they have other expenses and taxes and all of that is all going to play a factor in how much their take-home pay. But on average, it's going to be about $6,000 a month. I will say as well, bear with me, I am getting over 3 weeks of the flu and bronchitis. So this is my first day back of filming. So I'm still a little under the weather. So if I sound raspy, if I sound groggy, nasally, sniffling, I apologize. Please forgive me, but we're getting back into it. So if they are a family that has two different incomes, two different households, and they're going to be bringing home 4 paychecks, they're going to be about $1,500 each. Or if it's just one person, about $3,000 per paycheck. So I am a big fan of side hustle. So this person is also bringing home a side hustle, and they are a virtual assistant. Now, if you are wanting to start a side hustle or anything like that, I love virtual assistant, and I have a full video on how to become a virtual assistant. I'll have it linked for you down below in the description. But as well as a full guide that if you want to figure out what side hustle is best for you using the skills that you have in an online side hustle, then definitely get the free guide down below in the description. I also have a free class on how to make $1,000 from home. So definitely check that out, and it's a really great time. So this person is making $800 a month as a virtual assistant, which is very easy to do as a virtual assistant. So they're going to be bringing home about $6,800 a month. Okay, let's look at their regular expenses. So these are things that are happening pretty much every single month. So tithe, charity. Now I am a Christian and I do believe in tithing at any level of income, whether you're making a little bit of money, whether you're making a lot of bit of money. I think that personally, it's always been really important for me to give back to my local church. So I am personally a big believer in tithing. So tithing 10% of their take-home pay, $600. Mortgage or rent. So this is about $2,000 a month on average. Now, in the past, I have always said about 25% of your take-home pay or less should be your housing costs. Now, with cost of living and with inflation and depending on where you live in the country or the world, that may be very different. It could be 30%, it could be 20%. And $2,000, depending on where you live, that could seem like a lot of money or that could seem like nothing and so cheap. I have subscribers that live in Alabama and West Virginia and places like that, and they've told me that their mortgage is like $700. And then I have subscribers in California and New York City, and their rent is through the roof of $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. So it all depends on where you live. It all depends on cost of living where you are and inflation, all of that. I would say right now in the times that we are in with inflation, I would recommend trying to keep it under 30%. Now, if you live in a place that cost of living is very high and it has to be above 30%, that just means that you need to cut back other places. So you may need to cut back in maybe gym memberships or groceries or different things like that. So you just need to make sure that you're not going over budget. So if you have to go over budget in a different category, you just need to be under budget in a different one. So just making sure that it evens out. So $2,000 from rent or mortgage. Renter's insurance, if they are renting, about $23 a month. I love Lemonade for renter's insurance. They're amazing. I'll have them linked for you down below in the description, but renter's insurance, it's pretty cheap, $20, $25 for a month for renter's insurance. Electric is $200 a month on average. Cell phone, $30. So this would be for 2 different people. Mint Mobile is amazing for cell phone. They have $15 a month plan for unlimited. They're amazing, and I'll have them linked for you down below. They're actually doing a special where you get 3 months, buy 3 months, get 3 months free. That is amazing. So definitely check out Mint Mobile. If your cell phone bill is a lot higher than $15 a month per line, definitely check them out. Next is internet, $130. Gym membership, $75, and subscriptions, about $80. Next is groceries and eating out. So groceries, about $500 a month for family. Eating out, $200 a month. Pocket money, $200 a month. That's just miscellaneous spending, anything like that. And then gas, $300 a month. Now, one thing that I love about this budget is groceries, eating out, pocket money, all of this goes down below. So you will add in your expenses. So say it is $11,123 and you go to Aldi and it is $128.38. So see the $128.38, it's going to calculate it there, and then it's going to bring it up to the top. So you're going to load in your transactions here, and it's going to automatically calculate them up top for you, which is really cool. And then you can just delete it and it's back at zero. So that's one thing I love about this budget, that I have all the formulas and everything pre-programmed for you. So if you do want to get it, down below in the description. Next is investments. So this person has a 529 for a child. That is a college savings account. One thing I do love about 529s now, if they don't go to college, you can put it into an IRA after they turn 18, which is awesome and a really cool new feature. So they're putting $4,000 a month, or $400 a month to the 529. They have $5,000 in there for their child. And then they have an index fund that they're adding $500 a month for a total of $50,000 in their index fund. Then debt. So they have 3 different debts. They have a debt number 1, whatever that is, which is $150 a month for a balance of $2,500. They have a car loan for $350 a month for a total balance of $18,000. And student loan, which is $250 a month for a total of $22,000. So total debt that they're paying every month in their minimums is $750. And then their total debt balance is $42,500. Now, one thing that I am a big believer on is not waiting to invest until after you pay off your debt. There have been some times in my past that even if you look at my old videos, I would say don't start investing until after you pay off your debt. I have changed that. I no longer believe that. I think that you can have multiple goals at the same time, multiple money goals. Now, I still think that you should be pretty focused on each of those goals and not spreading yourself too thin with like a bajillion different goals. But if you can still invest and pay off debt. So this person, they're still investing every single month and paying off debt. All right, let's look at savings and sinking funds. So they have an emergency fund of $6,000. I recommend having a minimum of 1 month's worth of expenses and then building it up to 6 months to a year worth of expenses and keeping that in a high yield savings account. I use CIT Bank. My CIT Bank, I have my emergency fund in there, my sinking funds, and I'm getting about $300 a month in interest for my emergency fund. So definitely check out CIT Bank. They're amazing. I'll have them linked in the description. I also have a couple of videos going over their different accounts that they offer. And their interest right now, if you have over $5,000, is 5.05%. If you have under $5,000, do a Savings Connect, and that's 4.65% APY, which is amazing for a savings account. Okay, sinking fund. So car repair, $50 a month, gifts, spontaneous giving, vacation, Christmas, medical. All of these are about $50 a month that they're putting aside. So the purpose of a sinking fund is to prevent you from going into debt. So Christmas is not an emergency. We don't need to go into debt for Christmas. So if we're putting $50 a month away every single month, at the end of the year, we're going to be able to go and buy Christmas shopping. Car repair. If we're putting money aside every single month for car repair, if something happens, our transmission goes, our fuel pump, or something, tires, you need new tires in the car, something like that, you can pull from your sinking fund. You don't have to go into debt for it and then put it on a credit card and paying 20% interest. Now, I personally use credit cards. I am pro credit card if you can use them responsibly. If you can pay them off every single month and not pay a penny of interest. That is how we use credit cards. But if you can't, don't use credit cards, please. But we can do that every single month. We're at the place financially that we have. We've also learned our spending habits. I was cash only and using the cash envelope system for several years until I learned my personal money triggers, my personal spending triggers. Once I learned those, now I'm able to transition. Now, if you're someone that sees a credit card as just unlimited money, no, not for you. Okay. So total for sinking fund saving every month is $300. So now we're going to look at the total out. So total out is $6,288. But this is a zero-based budget. So we want to make sure that everything is accounted for and our total income is the same as our total out. So that way we are putting everything towards the money that we have and we don't just have money left over that just kind of sits in our account. No, we want our money working for us. So we want to make sure that any leftover money is going towards our goals, whatever our goal is. So I'm going to do some quick math. So I'm going to go total in minus total out, and we have $512 to work with. So this is all done before the month begins when I'm setting up my budget. So $512. So I'm going to think, okay, is there anything this month that I need to look at? You know, it's Thanksgiving month this month. Do I need to put extra money towards groceries? Are we having company over and maybe I want to add an extra $100 for groceries? Or maybe this month we have gifts that we have to buy for a big birthday party. Or, you know what, our outdoor patio furniture is really bad and we need to buy some new furniture, something like that. So we can take that into consideration. But say we don't have anything extra, so we have $512 to work with. So we have these two big goals that we're working on. We're working on investing and we're working on paying off debt. Or if we wanted to work on saving as well, we can do that as well. But I have $512. So I'm going to say, you know what? Let's add an extra $100 to our index fund a month. So we have the $500 that we typically do plus an extra $100. That's $600. Then we have an extra $412 to work with. So I'm going to put that $412 towards whatever debt I'm working on to help pay that off sooner. Now, I'm only going to put it towards one debt. I'm not going to put it towards all of them because you're not going to hit your goals as fast that way if you spread yourself too thin. So if you want to do the debt snowball or the debt avalanche or the debt tsunami, I have a video that breaks down all the different types of debt payoff methods and helping you decide which one is best for you depending on your scenario. So we're going to say, let's go to debt number one to help knock this out. So for this, it is going to be $562. So $562. So as you can see, this is zero. So we have total income as $6,800 and total outcome is $6,800. So this is what we're doing before the month even begins. This is just our projected income. Then as the month goes on, then you can start adding in. Now, when I'm doing my monthly budget, I like to only put them in the actual column here when that has hit my budget, when that has hit my bank account. So as I get a paycheck, so if I'm getting a paycheck here, $1,500 and then $1,500, okay, and then we pay our mortgage, it's $2,000, okay, our cell phone is hit, $30. Then as the month goes on, maybe you're seeing a blank space and you're like, internet, $130. Why is that still blank? Oh, my card expired. I need to update my card. So that way you know if this is blank, you know that there's an issue and something that you need to go look at. And that way it's really going to help to keep you in line. Now, I recommend updating your budget every 2 to 3 days. Do it every couple days. It's only going to take you 5 minutes. If you wait to the end of the month, two things are going to happen. One, you are going to hate it because it's going to take you an hour and you're going to dread it. And two, if you go over budget in a specific category, it's too late. Say you went way over in eating out. You're like, sorry, too bad, so sad. Oh well, I went $100 over budget for eating out. It's okay, whatever. Whereas if you're updating your budget every couple days, you can see halfway through the month, oh man, we're going over budget, we're getting close to our budget, we need to cut back. We need to stop eating out. Or if we're going over groceries, we need to eat from the pantry. So that way you can really look and see, okay, this is something that we need to cut back on, and so we can plan it out. So update your budget every couple days. Use these categories down below to fill in so that you're filling in your transactions. And you can add in more columns if you need to, or more rows if you need to as well, and the formulas will translate over. So that is a budget for $100,000. If this is something that you want to see more of, I have a full playlist of other budget examples. I also have a full series of budgets around the world where you guys subscribers have sent in your budget, and I've created budgets for you. And I have ones from England, from Dallas, from Georgia, from Florida, from all over the place, and I'm accepting new ones as well. So if you want to see your subscribers' real budgets, real numbers, definitely check out that series. I will have it linked here. And if you want to see how to become a virtual assistant, how to make money from home, check out this video here.